Hello, welcome to today's Absolute Shopping Cart tutorial. Today I'm going to be editing a category page. So I'm just going to click edit page on a category that's already been put there, which is women's shoes. Now as you can see, I've already put a bit of basic text in here. It's all lorem ipsum filler text. So we're going to have a look at all these buttons and what they do across the top. So first of all, if you highlight the text that you want to edit, you can then select from this first one what colour you want the text to be. So I'm going to change the colour of this text to red. Now same goes with the background tool here. You can change the background. Let's make that yellow like it's been highlighted. Now as you know, bold, italic, underline, all the same as on Word. You highlight the text and press the bold, italic or underline button. Same with strike through. You can also use the keyboard shortcuts as well, which is quite good. Control B, Control I. It seems to work quite well while I'm using Firefox. So the next ones along, you've got sort of subscript and superscript. So take for example C6, H12, 06. You can then highlight the numbers. Just take them down. See your chemical equation there. Now the alignment tools, same again as in Word. You can just click the alignment tool and center it or move it to the right or whatever and justify it. Now as far as most websites, I have come across many websites out there, particularly on eBay, where people like to center the text. It's highly unrecommended. If people are trying to view a website, they find it quite difficult to read when it's like this. The best option is always to left align that text. Justifying it, sometimes you can get larger gaps in between text, and it just makes it a little bit more difficult to read, especially for someone with learning difficulties. Now the bullet tools, you can basically, I'll just create 3 up here for you. You can highlight the text and I'll turn them into bullet points or numbers. Same again. Now hyperlinking, there's 3 different types of hyperlinks. So first of all, just highlight the text you want to hyperlink, click the hyperlink button, and then there's a series of different drop downs. Now there's URL, so it's already put the HTTP in there for you, so if you want to link that text up to Google, I can just do that. Now whenever you click on that text on the page, it'll take you to Google. You can do the same internally, so if you've got a page on your site, you can quickly just drop in the full URL there by copying it from the top bar. Now you can link to anchor text inside the content itself. Now I've already created an anchor link up, but I'll just quickly show you how to do that. So I want to put an anchor link down to the start of this sentence here. So I'm just going to add this little button here. This is the anchor link tool. I'm going to call this anchor link tutorial. So now the anchor link is in, we can then anchor, let's say, this text to there. So whenever you click that, it'll draw your page straight down to there. So we highlight the text, we go up to the hyperlink tool, we select anchor link from there. Now the one we had before was test, the new one's tutorial, so I click OK, and that's now working fine. And then finally, there's one you can set up for email. Now most people say email those, click here, so let's do that. So you highlight the text, click the hyperlink button, scroll down to the email, and you can set up the email address, such as info@absolutewebdesign.co.uk. You can set a message for that in the subject. So what I would normally have is something like website inquiry. That way you know exactly whereabouts this message has come from. You could put things inside the body tag if you want them to fill out, let's say, some sort of email form or something. You can copy that in, but most of the time it's not normally required, so just click OK when that's done. Now that's most of the basics there. Let's move on to some of the more advanced settings, like tables. Now tables are always fun. Now with a table, there's a lot of different things you need to keep in mind. You've got the number of rows, the columns. So let's say I want a table that's 2 by 2, and width wise, you can set it by the width. You can set an exact pixels width on that, or you can set it as a percentage. So if you set it to 100%, then it's exactly the same width as your page. Cell spacing. Now cell spacing, what that does is it allows for space around your text itself. So I'm going to put cell spacing of 0 for this particular case, because I'm going to do a lot of the spacing and padding inside the padding section. So I'm going to put 5 pixel gap on that. I'm going to set the border to 0 so it doesn't actually show on the page, it just looks like an invisible table. Now you can see it's got my 5 pixel padding there and 5 pixel padding on that side. And if you add content into that, the table will automatically resize for you as well. So that's a great little tool. The next thing I'm going to quickly try and cover is pasting text from plain text editor. Now if you're copying any text from the internet, let's just take in some lorem ipsum text quickly. If you're copying any text, then what you want to do is you want to highlight it and copy it like you normally do. And copy that text. Now rather than pasting it straight in, because if you paste this straight in, you're going to end up with all the formatting that's there from this particular website. But if you click this tool here, paste as plain text, and press Ctrl V to paste that in there, it'll remove all that formatting for you, so it keeps your website looking nice, and it keeps the source code nice and tidy as well, which is nice and tidy I suppose for source code. The other thing is, if you're copying out a word and you want to have you sort of bold and underline and links and things like that, if you use this word tool here, paste from Word and copy straight in there, it'll do exactly the same thing, but it'll keep all your bold underlines and also your links and stuff as well. So that's most of the basics covered. Now the last two things I'm really going to talk about here is probably going to be putting in images. I'm just going to quickly grab an image from the Absolute Web Design website, because I don't have any on my desktop. I'm going to take so this nice woman here. So I'm just going to save this image onto my desktop quickly. I should have prepared like on Blue Peter, but I completely forgot. Right, so back from here again then. Basically I want to put an image in. Let's say I want to put her inside this table here on that left hand side. I click the image tool here. I upload that image. So basically I'm going to browse my computer now, straight down to my desktop, and send it to the server. So that's automatically put the width and height in. And what you want to do is you want to put some alternative text on that. This is good for search engines, but it's mainly used by screen readers and people who are blind. So what you want to do is either, if you've got a lot of text in there, probably type that in. But it's also good, once again, as I said, for search engines. So there you have it, that image has now been put up on the page. Same with Flash. Flash embedding is exactly the same as this, and I've not got any Flash files at hand, but it's pretty much exactly the same as the imaging tool. If you want to view the page that's slightly bigger, you can click this tool and it makes the entire thing a little bit bigger for you to work on. Finally, if you don't know any symbols or anything, you can just quickly put them in with this tool. Although I just put P in there, which is quite easy to get to. Let's say I'm after a copyright symbol. And there you have it. Those are most of the basics you're going to need to start editing and creating your web pages. I hope this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, please use the comment box below.